So, good morning, but not a good morning for me. This was the message that I got into my inbox from Facebook. They loaded me into the feed because I shared this information, and I could not reach that information because I could not find it on my timeline. Neither could I click through and see what this message was about that I shared, but their technology or someone on Facebook, well, someone on Facebook could have just um, added the right information in the comments like we did in the old days when there was a newspaper and you could like comment on whatever was placed there and you'd have a conversation and you'd learn from each other and then but now it's just like bam, you just can't speak about things and someone just clicks it and your channel's in trouble. Like that is so childish beyond belief. Just we learn more from each other if we just communicate and speak both sides and learn to disagree for once, like we did in the old days. And what it means for me is that I'm being lowered in the feed. So the chance is smaller that other people will see these messages. They're creating this wall of information, for information, against information that goes against our right to be informed. That's one. So they're actually committing a crime. A new rule, this is what the message was about. A new rule would forbid people from conducting digital bank transactions for more than 5 kilometers away from their homes. Verdict! A verdict, people! Verifiles is a judge and jury. And I forgot who they were paid for. Perhaps someone can remind me who Verifiles was paid for. It's been a while since I went on Corbett that kind of dig that all out, and I don't have time to go there, but yeah. On bias. Anyway, this is a new rule would forbid people from conducting digital bank transactions from more than 5 kilometers away from their homes. I guess this was about 15-minute cities or something, I'm not sure. But on the topic, they say the claim is based on a false interpretation of banker Augustine Carson's explanation about central bank digital currencies. Well, let's read their article. Well, first we'll show all that they gave me. What I can do, of course, I objected. This is like, oh, gee, she's in yellow. If I violate the rules, hey, we're just having free speech there, right? And no one needs to ask permission to place anything in our human rights. Okay, this is fun. The reel in question reshared by a Filipino Facebook netizen. I don't know what a netizen is. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, if you have money in your bank account, the new rule is you're not allowed to transact further than 5 kilometers away, kilometers from your home. Your card won't work more than 5 kilometers from your home. So they're basically saying they can't control your card. That's my interpretation. If they don't want you buying pizza, you can't buy pizza with money in your bank. That's her interpretation on what this guy was saying. Oh, somehow that screenshot's missing, which is odd, but I've got it. Just a sec. So we're going to the horse's mouth. So here we are, by Verifiles. The statement is false. She's speaking about total control of your money. And she says it's complete control. It's complete control. Catherine Austin Fitts apparently said it. She falsely interpreted the following statement. of Augustine Carstens, General Manager of the Bank for International Settlements, BIS. Not a tiny fish there. And what did he say? What is the big discrepancy? In my eyes, it's not a big discrepancy at all, and I don't think it's a wrong interpretation at all. She speaks about total control, and she created an example to it of total control. Total control could be any example fits within reason, and they actually are able to block you from whatever they want. I've seen at the supermarket they already have a system where, and that's a good system. If you buy meat that is over date, they block it at the cashiers. You can't buy it because it's over the date. So there is a connection to what gets registered on the cashiers, and you cannot take with you. So that's an example that I witnessed. So in my opinion, and not opinion, but in my own fact check, they're able to block things in the register system from what you can buy and what you cannot buy already. And if that's more personalized, then yeah, I don't rule out. And I'm speculating here, as Catherine Austin Fitts did. But if we're speaking about total control, they have the opportunity to go there, and that's what the man here himself says. For example, in cash, we don't know, for example, who is using a hundred bill today. Weird sentence. We don't know who's using 100 peso bill today. A key difference with the CBDC is that a central bank will have absolute control on the rules. Well, what is he saying there? Have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability. A central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability. Cross-border payment, a vision for the future. Did she wrongly interpret that, or is that what one can read from it? He never proposed or mentioned restrictions on bank transactions outside the 5 kilometers. But this is about cross-border payment. At least it's a heads up. And a really serious one, because I have seen it in the store that people were not able to take products home because the cashier found it not registered, and not registered, but it got like a stopping sign. You cannot sell, or you cannot sell this product to this person. Not connected to the person, but to the product. So there's little to hold back at one point. If this doesn't get stopped, all this control doesn't get stopped, to not sell it to the person, the individual. And I know that they already can do that. They can interfere with your ATM. They can interfere with everything as a targeted individual. I've seen it all. And so it's a possibility, and the warning is a just one. And I think that a fact checker that doesn't see the warning for the future on what she said is staring itself blind on facts while there's a world in danger. But then again, who were they paid for? Who were they paid by? Who were Verifiles paid by? Thank you. Have a good day. I object to their conclusion. I object to restrictions to my Facebook account. The Dutch Constitution. Fundamental right.